All right. So why don't we go ahead and open up with just some simple arguments? I think this is in order if I set this stuff up correctly. Not window. Don't do that. Can I share this? Hey, look at that. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and kick this off with some lighter arguments from the comment section of my Jokul video. So we're just going to be going over them, talking about them, and then we'll move on to the more juicy stuff when a few more people show up. So the format of the stream is essentially going to be going over some really common comments that I was getting on the PSA Jackal video, which there's going to be more Jackal videos in the future, addressing a lot of those and the bad arguments that I see over and over and over and over again, basically everywhere. The second section is going to be on the Liberty Lounge podcast with a couple guys who are kind of referencing some of the stuff going on, shill behavior and stuff like that, or at least talking about what that means, if it means anything. And then we also have a little bit of GT sponsor stuff to talk about, which we will get into that as the time comes, So we're looking good. Clayco's in the house. How's it going, man? Appreciate you stopping by, everybody else. All right, so now I cut out the names and the profile pictures of the people making the comments, because again, I'm not specifically calling out these guys, just these are comments that I saw over and over and over again. So I thought I would address them just a little bit. So the first one is, as someone who used to do factory sent reviews of parts/accessories and a few guns, my question is, why didn't you contact them about the out-of-spec receiver? Personally, I have had bad stuff sent to me, and when I contacted them, they made all the arrangements to send it back and send out a new product. Yes, that is because you and I are the special boys. So a lot of these companies will absolutely bend over backwards, literally in some cases, to make us feel better, to make us feel special so that we do not give them a poor review, because that could hurt their bottom line. So we'll get into this argument a little bit later on, but basically, I review products as they are sent. Why do I do that? Because when people receive a product, that's the product that they get. Now, sure, I have contacts at dozens of companies and I can get taken care of instantly. That doesn't apply to everybody. We've heard horror stories from name your brand about going through months and months of rigmarole and having tons of issues actually getting a functional product back. So I don't have a problem with people sending products back and getting a good one, eventually ending up with a good product, and that's what they do the review on, as long as they're honest about it. But even when, let's say somebody, a big name your big name, favorite channel, when he gets a bad product, sends it back, gets it back, if he mentions it in the video, there is a chance that he had a much better experience with the RMA process with the second time around than you will. It's also possible he got it back a lot faster. So my personal stance is that I just call out issues with the product. It's incredibly simple. No mental gymnastics. No, well, I should do this first to make sure that the company's not upset. No, just if there's an issue, you just talk about it. Ta-da! That's the entire process of getting through that. Yeah. Clay is from the internet, and he's here to help. Clay, if I ever get around to finishing my Dune stuff, you're going to be featured a little bit more in that. But let's move on to argument number 2. Now, is there a way to just quickly? There isn't. Absolutely is not, because I am not smart enough to figure out how to do that. So I have to grab the second one now. Is apparently going to take me a little bit of time because I am a little bit special. Pull that one there, click, click, click. All right. This is the fun one, and this one hurts me personally. So this commenter says, I'd still take it over the Scar L. I sent mine back 3 times and it still could never make it through a single mag without light strikes or failures to feed, regardless of mag or ammo. So this is, well, it's better than X, therefore it's fine. Now, a lot of people have called the Jackal the ACR at home. That's just not the case. The ACR was never good. The ACR, and this is why it hurts me personally, the ACR is my favorite rifle of all time, stemming back to playing way too much Modern Warfare 2 and spending too much time in those lobbies, watching my grammar, of course. But the ACR was unfortunately never good. There were some nice ideas with it, but by the time that it actually hit the market and Bushmaster did their thing, it never really panned out. QC in either factory was not particularly good. They were way too heavy, way too expensive, sounding familiar. And I've owned 4 ACRs, 4 of them. I've sold them all. It's my favorite rifle of all time. It's not particularly good. So, just because the Jackal might be better than some other crappy rifle out there, like, it doesn't really mean anything, right? It's a $1,300 rifle that's worse than a lot and better than maybe a couple. So if you cherry pick, like, hey, it's better than this version of this rifle out there, again, it still doesn't help that rifle. That might help in a head-to-head comparison. I'm not making a head-to-head comparison, though, at least not to those specific examples. So it ain't going to help the Jackal be better than it actually is. Yes, nobody knows says the ACR in every COD has been good. Yeah, I mostly played COD back in Modern Warfare 2 and 3, and then what was the other ones? Black Ops 1 and 2 were like the interval years in those, so those were the most ones I played, but definitely Modern Warfare 2 and probably honestly more in Modern Warfare 3. The ACR was goated. John Shepard asks, did you experience the same flex in the stock that 9 Holes review had? No, the stock is garbage. The stock, listen guys, the stock on the Jackal is an airsoft stock. Spoiler alert, I'm going to do a drop test on this stock versus a like $20 cheapo AR stock, and the Jackal stock is going to break. It's going to break. It's a piece of junk.